Case number CC50 of 2018, the state versus Rob Packham.
This court may call our next witness. Just before the witness is called, he requested formally that his evidence not be recorded by video. He has no objection to the audio recording, but he requested for reasons of his privacy that his testimony not be recorded by video.
Who is the next witness?
It's Mr. Lodewijk Jansen van Rensburg.
Then, for the sake of the rest in the court, the evidence of the next witness, Mr. Webster, you haven't objected, so I'll take it back to this.
We have no objection to that.
That the evidence of Mr. Jansen van Rensburg will not be videoed, but it may be
The state calls Lodewijk Jansen van Rensburg. He is witness number 33 on the list of witnesses remaining. He is Afrikaans speaking, but he will read his evidence in English.
Can we try and go a little bit slower today? I did my notes last night and try and reconcile the evidence, and I think there are sections that Please state your full names for the record.
It's Lodewijk Jansen van Rensburg.
Do you swear that the evidence you will be giving in this court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please raise your right hand and say, so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, Mr. van Rensburg. Where are you employed?
I'm employed in Tuesa, Queenstown.
And during February 2018, where were you employed?
I was in Belleville employed at the Belleville plant for Tuesa.
As such, would it be correct that you worked with the accused before court?
Yes, I worked with them.
What position did you have at Tuesa in Belleville in February 2018?
I'm the logistics manager for the Tuesa branch.
And the accused's position at that time?
He was the general manager for the plant.
And how, if at all, did the two of you interact or work together?
We interacted daily for operational purposes and feedback and by running the operations. Yeah.
How is your office located in relation to the accused's office?
He's across my offices. We had like glass offices, so it was like 5 meters away from me.
Across the corridor from you?
Across the aisle.
To understand correctly, if you say glass, it was like you could see him across the aisle.
That's correct.
What would your normal routine be on a daily basis, Mr. van Rensburg?
On a normal daily basis, I arrive at work, and then I've got a normal routine that I first went through the distribution area, look at the vehicles, and then I go through the warehouse as well, where all the stock is staged, and then through the production line as well. So that's my normal routine every morning. First arrive at work and go through that normal routine.
If you say the production, am I correct? And
yeah, we've got a production facility where we actually produce the cool drinks, and then a staging area where we put all the stock in, that's the warehouse, and then the distribution where we load the trucks to the customer.
And where is your offices located in relation to the warehouse or the production facility?
It's in the same building, but you haven't got a view onto the production line or the warehouse or the distribution area. So we've got top offices where we stand, or where we station.
So would I be correct that it's not two separate buildings or entities, it's one building all contained but separate?
Yes, ma'am.
How would anybody know if a person who is employed at Tuesa Belleville had been at work or not?
We normally see each other, but besides that, there's access control system that's at the a receptionist where we clock in and where we clock out.
And what manner of clock-in system is this? Like a card system?
It's an electronic system, fingerprint system.
Now, on the 22nd of February 2018, did you follow your normal routine, or did you have differ from your normal routine?
I followed my normal routine, and after I visited all the specific areas, I then went to my office.
Okay. And what time did you arrive at?
Just after 8.
You then went to your office?
I went to my office and then I did some prep work for a meeting that was at Sonacre with a transport company. That was at 10 o'clock the meeting. So I did my prep work for that and I left after around about 9:30. I left for the meeting.
Up until the time you left for your meeting, Mr. van Rensburg, where was the accused?
I didn't see him at work.
After your meeting in Sonacre was finalized, what happened? Where did you go?
I went back to work after that and then with my normal routine, and then at 12:23 I received a call from Mr. Packham.
Where were you at the time when you received the call?
I was with some other colleagues at the specific vicinity, and then he asked me if I was with other people, and then he said I must basically walk out. So I moved out to where I could speak.
What was your conversation about?
Sorry. Well, Mr. Packham phoned me and said, buddy, I was driving around. Sorry? Okay. So, he's looking for Gill. She hasn't been seen since 7 o'clock this morning, and Gill and Nicola had a fight with him the previous night, so he don't know where she is, and he was looking at, they've got two townhouses somewhere in town, and he was going to hospitals and police stations to see if he can find her.
I didn't catch the section about Nicola.
Yeah, he told me that Nicola and Gill had a fight with him the previous day.
Yes, and why did he call you?
I don't know why. I don't know. I haven't got an idea why he phoned me. Because he just asked me to say that I must, if anybody phones, I must say that we were at 8:30 at the production plant at work, and we were in a meeting at 8:30. When I replied to that's 100%, because the previous week I was told that I will be transferred to Queenstown. So I said if they ask, I said we had a discussion regarding the transfer.
Why did you agree to his request
He was the general manager, and out of the request, and he was looking for his wife. And I mean, at that stage, I thought, okay, Mr. Packham is looking for his wife. So if anybody asks, I will say that we were in a meeting.
Would it have been a problem at the company had he not been at work that specific morning?
Yes, that's normal working hours, because normally if we're not there, or if we're late, we send if we had a management group WhatsApp, we send a message, I will be late, or at the airport, or there's traffic. So normally we will be notified, but on that request he said, we specifically had a work meeting at the plant at 8:30, which was different from the normal request.
Would any of you have looked for him even if he hadn't responded? Put any information in the WhatsApp group that, listen, I'm late, or would anybody have had a problem with that?
At that stage, nobody knew, because they had a meeting the next day on Friday in Middelburg. So we didn't know his arrangement, if he and Jill might have left earlier to visit family in Joburg. So nobody even asked that whole morning.
What did he sound like to you when you spoke to the
Almost it sounded he was out of breath, like he was walking around, and yeah. After he spoke to me and confirmed that the 8:30 meeting, he sounded relieved that, yeah.
Now, there is evidence on record, Mr. Van Rensburg, that the accused and his wife had marital problems at that time. Were you aware of that?
No, he mentioned that to me in the past.
And it also appears that his wife, the deceased, would check up at times on the accused.
Yeah.
Had you ever been contacted by the deceased to check up on the accused?
I've never been contacted. I'm only aware of other colleagues that was phoned in the morning to ask where Mr. Packham is.
What did you think of the manner in which he opened the conversation by calling you buddy? What was your...
He never called me buddy before. He always named me Lori. It's like sort of a nickname.
After that phone conversation you had with the accused at, you say, 12:23, how are you so sure of the time?
We had a hearing after that. In the hearing, the company presented the telephone call register, which specifically was 12:23.
And after that phone conversation at 12:23, what, if any, conversations or communications did you have with the accused again?
Well, after that, I basically thought about it, and then I immediately went to the HR officer, HR manager, and I've mentioned to her the conversation we had, and I wasn't happy with the conversation, because this was now requesting a work-related time for 8:30, which I never saw him, and we never had that meeting. And then after I spoke to her, I went to the production manager, and I had the same conversation with him as well. So I felt uneasy about this conversation, and then I mentioned he was looking for Gill, and he was going all over.
And the production manager, who would that be? The production, sorry, not the production manager, the HR manager. Who is that?
Terry Adams.
Did you speak to the accused again after the telephone conversation?
No, I've just sent him a message later that afternoon.
I would like to show you documents, one which appears to be a printout of access control, and then the rest thereof attached thereto appears to be messaging. Can you please look at it?
This is going to be Exhibit M.
Exhibit M, madam. Thank you.
Put an M on here. Yeah.
Mr. Van Rensburg, can you please explain to the court the contents of the
Sorry,
documents?
just a second. It's M, not M. M. But you look at the rest of these. Sorry, can we continue?
What is it? The first page
What do I
thereof,
have before me?
I will lead the witness through it now, my lady. Mr. Van Rensburg, the first page, it's marked in the top right-hand corner, A25. Can you explain to the court what exactly this is and how this came to exist?
This is a system we're using at the plant, which is fingerprinted, that will show access in and out of the plant. This was prepared for the hearing we had, so it was requested by the admin assistant to pull this from the specific system, and it indicates
What was the hearing about?
regarding
The hearing at Twizzle, what was that about?
I don't know all the charges, yeah,
It
but
didn't relate to the accused himself.
it related to him not being at
It
work.
related to him. Okay, thank you. That's all I want to know.
Okay, so this was done and it reflects? what
It
exactly-
reflects the time in on that specific day on Thursday the 22nd, the employee number, the person's name, and then the time he entered at the reception of 9:47.
The second entry there appears to be at 10:13:36, a warehouse in. What would that mean to you?
There's another access point to warehouse in. So for me, if you don't go in through the reception, it's like me going in at work and first go through the warehouse. When I enter out of that door to the main office, that's another system where you must fingerprint to get access.
So, do I understand you correctly, Mr. Van Rensburg? Whether you enter the building through the reception, the administrative part, or the production part,
Yes.
you still have to.
Production part had another access point. This was the warehouse, and then on the other side, other door was the production where you must also have finger access.
Just to make sure that I understand you this correctly, sir. Wherever one would enter that building, you need to use your fingerprint to gain
Yeah.
access.
Yes, 100%.
So the first page of Exhibit M, so that is a reflection of the movements in and out of Twizzle plant in Bellville by the accused on the 22nd of February 2018.
That's correct.
If you move on to the pages marked in the top right-hand corner, A26-1 until A26-12, it appears, am I correct, to be printouts of so-called SMS messages.
Yeah, that was WhatsApp messages that was on my phone that I made screenshots of.
So these are actually from your own phone.
On phone, yeah.
Are these messages still available, Mr. Van Rensburg?
100% still
So
on my
the
phone.
originals are available.
Yes.
Can you take the court through the messages as you follow them?
Okay, 826.1, that was you will see it later on. I earlier sent a message that afternoon at 5 to ask if he's okay. But later that afternoon, there was Pink Lady on Facebook. So somebody from the company, her name is Tanif, she sent that to me. And that's what I've sent to Rob. And on the message I've said, Rob, received from Tanif from Facebook. I'm 100% behind you and definitely praying we will find her. We are all praying. That was on that same day, 21:37, that was the last message that he read that I could see was blue. And then on the next day, it's a bit broken down, next day it was around about 10 o'clock, I think there is time there. I again sent him a message, hi Rob, just quickly want to find out if you are right and any news, our thoughts are with you. Part of that message is a bit later on. If I can go to 826.11. Just before that message I sent at night, that was the 16:59 message where I sent to him, all okay boss. And then he replied, she's still missing. She left home at 7, never got to work, no response. Nobody knows where she is. I'm checking police stations and hospital. I'm in a state of utter panic. And then I replied, please ask if you need any assistance or support. And he said, thank you. If I go back to 826.2, if I might say that there is a few pages related to this. On this Sunday, Rob asked me to send the contact details of other staff members, which I did, and then he sent me a message back to say they can't open it out on the normal message, so I sent it on WhatsApp to Nicola's phone. And after that night, on Sunday 21:39, he sent a message to hi Ken. As I go through the message.
No, it's fine. That is still on 26.2 page.
Yes, 26.2. Yeah.
Who is Ken?
He's the owner of the company. So he sent that message to him, which I thought he accidentally sent to my number. And just after that, that was now on the Sunday, he said, MB, our 8:30 hookup plant on Thursday, please. That's on 826.4.
At the bottom.
At the bottom.
And that is a message sent to whom? Seeing as
That message was sent to me.
And what did you understand from that message?
I understand he wants confirmation that what he asked or requested from me on the Thursday to say that we had a meeting at 8:30.
So am I correct that it appears that the pages do not follow chronologically?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that message follows the message on Sunday at 21:39 to Ken, the owner of the company, that follows immediately after.
Immediately after, it was like 2 minutes after that. I've got a screenshot as well. On page A26.8. It shows the message. Rob 2 was the other number he had, which he sent to Ken. And then I had another colleague that sent an SMS, WhatsApp. And then that's when I received the message from Rob, that Rob 2 number, MBR 8:30 hookup at plant on Thursday.
So 26.8, page 26.8, am I correct that you say that is a screenshot?
Screenshot of the messages that came through.
Court will just give me a few seconds, maybe. Thank you, lady. I have no further questions.
Thank you, lady. Mr. van Rensburg, you've told the court that you Afrikaans speaking, is that right?
Mag nie weet.
Are you comfortable to answer questions in English?
Afrikaans or English, but alle answer in English.
You've also told the court that it was your routine in the mornings to visit the warehouse and the production line, is that right?
It's 100% correct.
And did you do that first thing when you arrived at work?
It's, yeah, that's my first thing I do. It depends on the day, but normally that's my routine.
And on this particular morning, you attended a meeting outside of your work premises, is that right?
That's 100% correct.
And you left at about 9:30 for that meeting.
9:30, I don't have the exact time, but around about 9:30.
What time did you get back to work?
It was after 11.
After 11. You can't be more precise than
I
that.
can't recall the specific time. I didn't take a record of that.
But you say it was after you returned to work that you received a call from Mr. Packham.
That's correct.
Where were you when you received the call?
There's a specific smoking area that the people get together to have a smoke.
Yes.
And we were there at that stage at that time when he phoned me.
Where's the smoking area?
It's outside the building, in front of the building, yeah. It's not part of the main building.
Is it close to the production line or close to the warehouse?
If you stand there, you can see the door for the production line, the entrance, and you can see if you go to the gate, you can see the warehouse entrance.
And is the production line quite a noisy place?
Well, it's always, yeah, for us it's always noisy. It's not that you can't hear, you can hear conversations very clearly.
And you took this call on your cell phone, is that right?
On my cell phone, yes, that's correct.
And what is the first thing that Mr. Packham said to you, Mr. van Rensburg?
He first asked if I were alone, when I've said now I was in that smoking area, and then I then moved out. I then moved out to outside that area.
Where did you move to?
It's basically 6-7 meters out there. In the front of the main building, there's a reception area. So yeah, I went to that specific area.
So you were standing in the reception area when you
Not
spoke
in the
to
reception, outside the reception
Outside
area,
the reception.
building. Yeah.
And what did he say to you?
He said that Gill and Nicola had a fight the previous day, and he said that she wasn't at work from 7 o'clock, exactly 7 o'clock,
Yes.
and then he's been driving around. That's where he said he went to look at the other houses which she had, and he was looking at hospitals and police stations to see if he can find her.
And what else did he say?
And that's when he asked me to say, if anybody phoned, I must say that we had a meeting at the plant at 8:30 that morning.
If anybody phoned, you must say that you had a meeting at the plant at 8:30.
That's correct.
Who did you think might be phoning to look for him?
Gill normally phoned other staff at the plant.
So you were expecting this to deal with a call from Gill, is that right?
No, she never phoned me.
She never phoned you.
She never phoned me before.
So who were you expecting to phone?
Pardon, say again?
Who were you expecting to receive a call from?
From nobody. I don't know. If anybody from work will phone, I don't know who will phone.
I'm just trying to understand on your version, Mr. van Rensburg, exactly what he asked you to do and what you agreed to do.
Now, he asked me to say that we were at the meeting at 8:30
Yes.
that morning at the plant.
And you agreed to do that.
100%. That's correct.
Why did you agree to do that?
Because he sounds stressed and said he was looking for Gill because she hasn't arrived at work
Yes.
at 7 o'clock.
And he sounded distressed, you say?
Yeah, not like a normal relaxed conversation.
He sounded
It was
upset.
quick, fast, yeah.
Did you get the impression that he was worried that he couldn't find Gill?
At that situation, he told me that he can't find Gill.
Yes.
So, yeah, that he's looking for her. So that's why he was talking quickly. Or
That's the impression you got over the telephone, that he was distressed because he couldn't find his wife. Is that right? You must answer
he
for
was
the
looking
microphone.
for Gill, yes, correct.
And he was distressed because he couldn't find her. You must answer for the
That's
microphone.
correct, yeah.
So you were prepared to effectively lie for him, is that right?
He was my manager, and yeah, he was my manager, and for that time period, I said yes. I was prepared to say we were at the meeting.
I understand from Mr. Packham that he used to call you Lurdy or Lurt. Is that right?
That's correct.
He said he never called you Buddy. Is
No.
that correct?
He never called me as Lurdy Buddy.
And he says on this particular occasion he also didn't call you Buddy.
Now on this, when he phoned me, he said Buddy, Buddy. When he phoned me.
Buddy, Buddy. He's used the word twice.
Yeah,
You sure of that?
100% correct.
And I understand from him, Mr. van Rensburg, that he called you and asked that if Gill called, to tell her that he had been around in the plant from about 8:30 in the morning. Would that be correct?
He told me if anybody phoned
Yes.
the plant.
Well, he says it was specifically if Gill called to say that you'd been around the plant from 8:30 in the morning.
No, that's incorrect.
Could it be so?
It could be she was phoning, but she never phoned me.
Yes. But that could be what he asked you, not so?
Correct?
Yes. You made a statement to the police in this matter. Do you recall that?
100% correct?
Could you have a look at this document, please? According to this document, it was made before Detective Captain Nike on the 28th of February 2018 at Belleville South Police Station. Would that be correct?
No, not at the police station. That was at the Gaza facility.
Did you go and depose to it at the police station or not? Did you go and sign it before the police?
No, we did the statement and then I signed it.
All right.
At Gaza.
And it was on the 28th of February, would that be
28th
right?
of February.
And did you tell the police officer your version of the events, and the police officer then wrote down what you said?
That's correct.
Did he read the statement through to you afterwards?
That's 100% correct.
And were you satisfied that what was written was correctly noted?
100%. If there was maybe a mistake we've signed to next to it where it was maybe just write the correct word.
Yes. And you signed the statement before a commission of oaths, is that correct?
Call the captain.
Yes.
Yes.
And you were satisfied with the content of the
100%.
statement? Well, Lady, may the statement be received as Exhibit N.
Thank you.
Here's a copy of the statement, Mr. van Rensburg, for you to follow. Well, Lady, may I briefly take an instruction?
Yes.
Now, Mr. van Rensburg, when you made this statement to the police, I take it you told the police everything that happened and everything that was told to you by the accused when he called you. Is that right?
That's correct.
You see, if one has regard to Exhibit N, you see on the first page, the second last paragraph, you say, at 12:33 I was contacted by Rob on my cell phone. He immediately started the conversation by saying, "Buddy," you see that?
That's
And
correct.
he said, "I am in stress, I can't find Gill, and please you must confirm that we had a meeting at 8:30. You see that?
That's correct.
There's nothing in this account that you gave to the police about him telling you that there'd been a fight the previous night, for example. That's not mentioned.
That's correct.
Why is it not in your statement if that happened?
Sorry, can I just have a look at this? Okay.
Take your time. You agree with me it's not there?
Pardon?
It's not there in your
It's not
statement.
there, yeah. Correct?
Why didn't you tell the police about that if that's what you were told by Mr. Packham?
I'm just looking at another paragraph here. If you can just give me a second. I can't recall now. I haven't mentioned that at that stage.
All right.
He did, in all fairness, tell the police that he knew that they were having problems, that he
Yes.
was having an affair, that his wife and daughter had caught him.
Yeah.
So it's not as though he didn't mention anything about that.
No, but I will argue it in due course. The specific reference to a fight the previous night is not in the statement. And what did he say, Mr. van Rensburg, that Gill and Nicola had had a fight, or Gill and Nicola had had a fight with him?
With him. That's what he said, with him.
Were you aware of the fact that Nicola was in Johannesburg at that time?
No, I was not aware.
She wasn't at home.
She
Putting
wasn't-
that to you, you weren't aware of that.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
But you did know that Gill, from time to time, would check up on him. You were aware of that?
I was aware because the other colleagues told me about that.
But on an occasion, you had to send her an apology by SMS. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
In regard to an offensive video that you'd sent to Mr. Packham, is that right?
I'm not aware of a video, but there was pictures that he received, and then he came to my office and said if he can use my phone. So he typed in the message, and then he sent a message to, I don't know if it was to who he sent the message, or it was to his phone, or to Nicola, or to Gill, I don't know. On my phone, it showed the message was sent to him.
But this was material that you'd sent him to his cell phone, that you sent the apology about. Is that right?
Oh, there was material, yeah.
Yes, that you'd sent him. So you sent the apology by SMS, is that right?
WhatsApp.
By WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, yeah.
And you sent it to Gill,
No, it was sent to his phone.
apologizing to her. Is that right?
Yeah.
Take an instruction, my lady.
Certainly.
Mr. van Rensburg, the question of the offensive material that was sent by SMS. You'd sent material to Mr. Packham's phone, is that right?
Yeah, that was normally on a Friday.
Yes. And Gill Packham had found the material on his phone.
At that stage, it was Nicola. He mentioned Nicola has gone for his phone and she saw the...
Material that you had
Yeah.
sent. And you then sent an apology to his phone.
From my phone. He
Yes.
typed on the wording and then sent the message to his phone.
Yes. You said it was on a Friday. What was
No, the pics was normally on a Friday.
What was on a Friday?
The pictures, or
Yes.
it was normally on a Friday.
Was it the
Have a
practice on a Friday to send pictures?
Yeah, normally on Fridays.
I see. I want to put it to you, Mr. van Rensburg, and I will argue it in due course, that the account that you've given to the police contains far less detail than what you've given to the court in respect of what Mr. Packham allegedly told you. There's nothing here about him having been to the police and been to hospitals in your statement to the police.
I think you're wrong.
That was on the screenshot I've taken. That was I've given that to the police.
It says here that you can't find all the ins and outs of hospital and police station.
That's correct, my lady.
On page 2 of this statement. At 7, it's the third paragraph.
My apologies. It doesn't get it. So you stand by the fact that what you said to the police in your statement is accurate?
100% correct.
Thank you, lady. I have no further questions.
Just one thing, Mr. van Rensburg, about the apology related to the offensive material that was sent by you to Mr. Packham Reviews. Who sent the actual apology message?
He typed it on my phone and then it was sent from my phone to his phone.
So anybody reading the message would, am I correct, think it came from you, but it was not your...
It was not my
your
writing.
message.
No.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you very much, you may be excused.
Thank you, my lady.